What happened to Japanese soldiers after World War II? August 1945. The Emperor's voice crackles over the radio. For the first time in history, the Japanese people hear him speak. The war is over. The Empire has surrendered. But what happens to the millions of Japanese soldiers scattered across Asia and the Pacific? When Japan surrendered on September 2, 1945, over 7 million Japanese military personnel were still in uniform. They weren't just in Japan. They were in China, Korea, Manchuria, Southeast Asia, Pacific Islands, even deep in remote jungles. And now, they had to lay down their weapons. Some surrendered immediately. Others didn't believe the war was truly over. A few kept fighting. Hundreds of thousands of Japanese troops were captured by Allied forces. In places like the Soviet Union, many soldiers were sent to labor camps in Siberia. Some wouldn't return home for years. Thousands never returned at all. In China and Southeast Asia, captured troops were held in POW camps before being processed for return to Japan. For many, captivity was their first step into a completely different world, one where the empire they fought for no longer existed. Not all soldiers simply went home. High-ranking officials and military leaders were arrested and tried for war crimes. The most famous trials were held in Tokyo, the International Military Tribunal for the Far East. Generals, admirals, cabinet members. Some were sentenced to prison. 7 were executed. Beyond Tokyo, thousands of lower-ranking officers and soldiers were tried across Asia for atrocities committed during the war. For many, justice came years after the fighting stopped. Under American occupation, Japan's military was completely dismantled. The Imperial Japanese Army and Navy, once among the largest in the world, were dissolved. Weapons were destroyed. Bases were shut down. Uniforms were put away for good. Japan's new constitution, written under Allied supervision, renounced war entirely. The nation that once sought empire was now forbidden from maintaining a traditional military. For the ordinary soldier, the journey home was long and uncertain. Repatriation ships slowly brought millions back to a devastated homeland. Cities lay in ruins. Industry was shattered. Food was scarce. Former soldiers who had once marched across Asia